Hello, welcome to RationalGrid's YouTube channel. I'm Tom. Today we'll be walking through the process of starting a grid. The question to be explored is being late a moral failure? Let's get started. So here we are on the RationalGrid homepage, and the first thing we do is simply enter the question that we have. The next section is to set what level of complexity we would like the answers. I've selected high school, but you can go from more simple to more extreme or complex answers. On the left is our first answer, and it should give us an introduction to the idea, and you can see that it brings out certain key thinkers and different ways of looking at this problem, as well as original quotes and structured in the way that you could understand in a range the different approaches to this problem. As we get to the end of the first answer, we have a series of follow-up questions, hopefully to inspire different questions, different challenges to the original idea, and to continue what you are exploring. And at the bottom you'll see there's some extended tools which allow us to challenge the premises. Now we've gone on with one of the follow-up questions, and you can see that we're going to go into different directions. How can we challenge our premises or tackle the topic from a different direction and build a more holistic view of the problem? Now, as I'm reading the content, I maybe want to challenge a particular statement or a particular sentence within that. So I simply select it, and I'm going to ask a question on particularly that context. This allows us to really drill down into the details of the responses and get a really more specific answer to the topic we are exploring, as well as the other tools, so they can be highlighted, pros and cons created. And so you see we ask a very specific question and we get the challenges going on in a different direction. So these paths can be returned to, they can be swapped between whenever we like, and as you can see we get some of the context, we get some of the definitions, and we look at some of the writers who have actually gone into that. And so we want to ask again another specific question on this topic. So you can really ask the questions that really pop up into your mind. The thing is that any challenge to any topic can be built upon. And so if you have an idea, you just put it down and you can get information about it. Now there we use a tool called related ideas. So not only do we want to ask in this specific topic, but also we want to expand. What other areas are out there? So it's about branching out and hopefully expanding our investigation into the topic. And here we're showing the critical thinking tools. So there are not only simple challenges, but a whole series of tools to help you challenge and question your understanding of a particular topic. So here we're creating a synthesis of two ideas. This means pulling together possibly opposing ideas and seeing what can be built out of these two opposing viewpoints. And that hopefully allows us to both split ideas, see the challenges, but also where ideas overlap and where they can perhaps come towards a similarity. The goal of this is always to challenge our own thinking, that we may start from a particular position, but it allows us to give some other perspectives, some other challenges to our viewpoint, and hopefully create more learning and more understanding. Again, we're now going to go into the more advanced tools and just challenge who has other perspectives. So this is about finding different ways of looking at the same problem that gives us a deeper, more three-dimensional view and get us out of a very channeled understanding of a topic and perhaps see the full complexity and see it from a different point of view. And here we are highlighting a particularly relevant topic. All these are saved against the grid, so the highlight menu is at the top. That allows us to keep track of particular places in the text that we might want to return to in the future. Right, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. RationalGrid is an open access, not-for-profit site built for serious topics. As such, it's completely free to join and use. We'd love if you would add to the grid yourself. It's linked below in the description. Thanks for watching.